Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Travis Dykes. Today we're gonna be working on 3 ways that you can master your pentatonic scale. And so what this does is kind of help you break your mind out of that little rut of just like, oh, I have to play it this way, and get the most out of our pentatonic scale. So why don't you grab your bass and we'll get started. So the first thing we want to do and think about is we need to know all the positions of our pentatonic scale. And when I say positions, what I mean is that whenever you play the, so if you know this position of the pentatonic scale, we're in the key of A, by the way. Normal pentatonic scale, okay? But when you learn the different positions of it, this is the major pentatonic scale, what you do is basically start on a different note, playing the same 5 notes, but it's just a little bit of a different shape. And I like to do the little extension. I'll do this really, really quick, but I like to extend all the way to the G string. So like basically, when you get here, just continuing on and then another G string, like that. So that's the first position. Next position, second position. All right, third position. All right, fourth position. All right, fifth position. You can also do that down here. Okay, so we just need to make sure we know that before we even get started, because if you don't know those, you don't master those, this lesson's probably going to be kind of just like, what exactly are we doing? So I want to make sure you guys have that down. First way that we can help master is learning how to use the extended pentatonic scale. And when I say extended pentatonic scale, basically it's just connecting different positions of the pentatonic scale together, like this. I mean, honestly, that kind of sounds like a lick all in itself. You know what I'm saying? But what it's doing is connecting the first, second, and third position of the pentatonic scale. So basically we're doing 2 notes of the first position like this. Okay? And then we're going to continue on the second position like this. So we have this. And then once we get to that note, we're going to slide up one more time to that third position. Like that. So we got. Let me go really slow for you guys, just so you make sure all of you are getting it too. And then going back down. All right, so that is the extended pentatonic scale. And what's really cool about this is kind of like almost knowing a shortcut when it comes to your scales, because you can use this to get just about anywhere. So like if I'm playing a groove, and I want to get a cool lick, see, I could just use the extended pentatonic scale literally just for that whole lick. Or you could use it to get to other places. So you can play this. You see how I use that to smoothly get me to that third position? Or I could use it to smoothly get me to that second position. Or I could just go backwards and get back to that first position. See, and basically what it's really cool is that you can connect, or you can use it as a lick. You can do a lot of different things with it. But just knowing that helps open up your mind to just like, wow, the pentatonic scale is more than just playing up and down. you know? And so this is like a really, really cool concept that I love, love, love to use. And it's always a great, huge eye opener when it comes to using the pentatonic scale. And remember, you don't have to be stuck in these three. You can move out of this. You can find ways of connecting more positions if you want to. So, but this is just a good basic starter position when it comes to getting into connecting and extending your pentatonic scale. All right, now the second hack or technique that we're going to use to master our scale and kind of just open our minds up to it is we're going to just limit ourselves to the G and D string. Because a lot of times when you get used to starting and ending a certain way, you don't really get the aspect of like fragmenting, like you're taking your different parts of your scale and just kind of fragmenting it out in different places. So like basically what we're doing is doing the tail end. So just doing what's on the G and D string. So this first position, which is like this, of the major pentatonic, we're just going to do the last part right here, descending or ascending. All right, and we're going to do that, and we're going to take it up to the next position. All right, next position. That was the second position. This would be third position. All right, next position, fourth position. All right, and lastly, the fifth position. Okay, and now the way you want to practice this and the way you want to help get your ear and kind of help you develop this more is to get a metronome and just go. I would start around 80 BPM and just go. And go back down. Because what it does is starts to get your mind open. Now you're not just looking at it like. Now you're looking at it like, oh. Now, like when you're doing your licks and stuff, you don't have to always start at the same place on that low E. You can come up and do a lick and make a start at the second position on the G and D string. All right, technique number 3 or hack number 3 is going to be groupings. All groupings is just like you're playing your scale in a grouping of notes, basically. So let's say the first one we're going to do is threes, groupings of 3. So if I'm playing my pentatonic scale, let's say my A major pentatonic scale like we've been in, and I want to play it up, ascending, in groupings of 3, it would be like this. All right? And so it's like, oh, whoa, what does that sound? Honestly, all I'm doing is playing, so I'll play 3 notes. And then I start over again at the next note of the scale, which would be the 2. And then start over at the next note, which would be the 3. And start over at the next note, which would be the 5. And the next note, which would be the 6. Then the next note, that would be the 1. And then I'm at the end. So like this. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the same way going backwards. 1, 2, 3. All right, let me do it even slower for you guys and give you the notes. So we got A, B, D flat, and then we got B, D flat, E, then we got D flat, E, G flat, then we got E, G flat, A, then we have G flat, A, B, and then A, B, D flat. All right, and so that is groupings of 3. Now when it comes to groupings of 4, because you could do it in groups of 3, you could do groups of 4, you could do groups of 5. I mean, honestly, you could do groups of 6 or 7, but those are a little bit harder to implement, and it's not very common to see that. So I'm just going to give you the most common ways and the most usable ways. Like you could use them in songs or different things like that. So when it comes to making licks. So that's the first one, the groupings of 3. Now groupings of 4 will be like this. This is the one I use the most. Because groupings of 4 is just like, because most times you're playing 4/4 music, it works really easy, it works really well. So that's how you get those like little licks when you're like, yeah. So it's just gonna be the same thing, but you're gonna do 4. So I'm not gonna slow this one down. You kind of get the concept. You're just adding a note. So this will be like 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And the same way with 5s, groupings of 5, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like you get this cool like kind of sound. Messing up, sloshing it up. But anyways, and you could use this in a lot of different ways. So I'm going to give you just like a real quick synopsis of way you can use it. So with already what we learned. So with our extended pentatonic scale, you could use it. Watch this. And I'm going to do groupings of 3 first. So like. Like that. All right, groupings of 4. And groupings of 5. You know what I'm saying? So you can use it all over, and you can use it on any of these positions to make licks. So just utilize it all over your neck, and it really, really helps. You can even use it with your major scale too. I'm not gonna go really in depth with that, but just try it out everywhere. These are just really cool ways you can use to kind of get the most out of the scales you already do. Yeah, so whenever you use this, it just really, really kind of gives you something cool to kind of just make all your licks, even with your G and D string stuff. So like, anyways, that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments below or hit me up on my Instagram at @tdykes. You know what it is. And if you guys want the tabs for this lesson, they will be linked below. And if you guys want the tabs for my space bass grooves lesson, they are, I just added them to the descriptions of the videos, but I also put a link down below so you guys can check out the tabs and have the tabs for those. I've been getting some questions about that. And so thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.